Let's talk about a part of life that no one really talks about. Something that every single one of us has experienced, but almost nobody explains it well. What happens to your body and mind after a stormy season in life? And how do you actually get back on track once the calm finally arrives? Because the storm doesn't just disrupt your schedule. The storm disrupts your biology, your routines, your identity, and often your sense of self-control. Storms can shake your foundations. And then, once the storm ceases and the calm hits, you expect to feel better instantly. But you don't. Not right away. Your body and mind cannot go back to your prior way of operating right away. So today, we're going to talk about what the storm does to your body and mind, why the calm feels so strange, and how to rebuild your health habits in a way that's gentle, realistic, and sustainable. So let's get into it. Welcome to episode 37 of Making Mel, Health in the Hustle. This podcast is a place where motherhood meets muscle, ambition meets exhaustion, and figuring out how to prioritize my health journey into the insanely beautiful chaos of a busy life is what I talk about. Some days it's going to look messy, and other days it'll look flawless. But no matter what kind of day I'm having, I can assure you I will tell the truth and do my best to give you some good ideas and insight to help you prioritize your own journey. So when the storm hits, what is happening inside of you? First of all, our body flips into survival mode. And survival mode is not a character flaw, it's physiology. Your body is built to protect you and keep you safe. So when a storm hits in your life, your body will do whatever's necessary to keep you safe. Your cortisol will rise, adrenaline may keep you alert, your digestion may slow, which means you're not likely to lose weight. Sleep may become disrupted. Your hunger cues get confused as your body seeks some kind of comfort again. And your muscles may stay tense, and that can lead to headaches and body aches and sometimes just unexplained pain. Your body is saying, we will survive and I will make sure. So what happens to your mind? Your focus narrows to whatever is urgent and necessary. Your long-term thinking just shuts down temporarily. Decision fatigue skyrockets, so your ability to make decisions may be gone for a minute. Emotions feel bigger. You may be irritated, short with others, and you may burst into tears. You may feel foggy or wired, sometimes both at the same time. Your brain is trying to conserve energy, not plan and meal prep or your next workout. You are in full sympathetic nerve mode. It's fight, flight, push through. This is why your routines can get lost. Not because you're undisciplined or your motivation has left. It's because your biology is doing exactly what it's designed to do. I've been in the middle of the storm for several weeks now, and I finally saw an end to that storm yesterday. I gotta admit, the stress was overwhelming, and because, like many of us, I'm in a position where I feel very responsible for the well-being of the community around me, I did everything I could to maintain my life and schedule as though I was okay, but I wasn't. I have not had a real workout in almost 2 weeks. And a few days ago, I injured my right arm doing counter push-ups, likely because my body was not able to handle the situation as well as I was forcing it to. And my rest, it has been less than optimal. Now, I know this is a danger zone for me, but my survival mode went into effect, and I got very focused on the community at Lifting Your Life Coaching to make sure that everybody was okay. So, as a result, I will be in physical therapy for a few weeks, and hopefully I have not done so much damage to my body that it sets me back with the time frames that I have in mind for training. So see, Your body does what it needs to do to keep you safe, even when you try to push it. So gentle care is necessary in the middle of a storm and in the calm after it. So the part that nobody prepares you for is what happens when this stormy part of your life ends. When life finally calms down, sometimes that news can come in an instant, and sometimes the storm passes slowly. But when it's gone, you don't calm down immediately. Your body enters a recalibration phase. I fell apart completely and bawled like a baby yesterday. You sometimes don't realize how much you're holding and carrying until you can finally let it go. So physically, what happens to us is our cortisol drops back down, fatigue hits hard, sleepiness increases, hunger goes back to normal, and your body finally asks for what it's been missing. This is why the calm after a storm can feel like a crash. Emotionally, you may feel relief, but you also may feel irritable and sad and numb. Your system is trying to process what it didn't have time to feel now that safety's returned. Mentally, your clarity may return slow. You can finally think long-term again and plan and reflect. This is the window where getting back on track becomes possible, but only if you honor that transition. Having an awareness of what is actually occurring is essential to moving past it and moving forward. The calm can actually help you get back on track, but this is where the framework merges. The emotional understanding meets the practical steps to get yourself into the space that you need now. Most people try to make up for lost time. They go all in. The storm's over. Let's go. Balls to the wall and do this. They overcorrect and they burn out. The body may not rebound so fast. Jumping in with both feet is my natural state. However, this leads to many physical injuries in my life. As someone who's been overweight the majority of my life, I did not learn how to be gentle with my body or care for it with compassion. This is an area I have been learning to do, and I will continue to learn to do. And if I don't get it right, my body's going to teach me really quickly that I can't jump back in right away. So I'm starting back from this storm in physical therapy. This will be my 3-time-a-week workout for right now. See, the calm is not a moment for punishment or hard and fast rebound. It is a moment for rebuilding, and rebuilding can be slow. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, and that solidifies your foundation. So, there is a step-by-step re-entry plan that you can use. It's gentle, it's realistic, and it's grounded in how the nervous system actually works. So the first step is to name what happened and drop any shame or disappointment for the things you may have missed during the storm. Saying to yourself, look, I wasn't failing, I was surviving, and now I am resuming. Have an out loud conversation with yourself or write it down, because there's power in speaking your words and there's power in putting your words on paper. Go into what the storm was about and what the calm is about. This helps you shift from self-attack to self-leadership. Step 2 is regulating before you rebuild. For the first 3 days, your only job is to let your body know we're safe now. Your job is to take extra naps, eat some nourishing, comforting food like soup or maybe a healthy and tasty version of macaroni and cheese, whatever it is that speaks to you. If you are currently in weight loss mode, jumping back into your normal meal planning may not work right now, and that may lead to eating indulgences that you don't normally have. Focus in on your sleep anchor, your breathing, slow, deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth several times a day helps your nervous system reset. Gentle movement is another area where you can focus. It's about reestablishing a routine, and that is way more important than the actual activity that you're using to put the routine back in place. 5 to 10 minutes of walking or stretching is enough right now. You're not trying to get fit yet, and you can't jump back into a training mode right away. You're stabilizing your nervous system so your habits can stick and so you can sustain. Step 3 would be choosing the big 3 basics. After those first few days, pick 3 simple habits to focus in on for the next 1 to 2 weeks. It may be one nutrition habit. Pick a nutrition habit. Maybe use protein as the base for your meals, or at least one meal. If you stopped eating vegetables during the storm, 1 vegetable at 1 meal a day. And water before coffee. You can get that internal shower first thing in the morning. There's a shout out to Ellen from Pittsburgh for the internal shower concept. The second thing you want to try is 1 movement habit. It could be a 10-minute walk. It could be a 10-minute swim, 2 strength training sessions a week. It could be stretching while you're watching TV. Or, in my case, attending physical therapy 3 days a week. But you need to choose something that will help to reestablish what you want to reestablish. And then you need 1 recovery habit. My high recommendation is no phone 30 minutes before bed. Stop the scrolling, guys. Stop it earlier rather than later so you can get yourself to bed in a timely manner. Or establishing a bedtime routine. Treat yourself like a toddler. Bath, brush your hair and teeth, and get your jammies on and take a book and a comfy blanket with you. Or do a 3-minute stretch. Or 3 minutes of deep breathing or grounding. Use your anchors. You do not need your entire routine. Step 4 is attaching the habits to things that you already do. See, this is where the calm becomes sustainable. If you typically go to the gym on Monday and grocery shop on Friday, then do that. If that routine came out of place during the storm, you need to start slow as you reacclimate. So go back to the routines that served you. Now, there is a childish glee in cannonballing into the deep end of the pool, so to speak. But you don't need a cannonball after a storm. You need to dip your toe in the pool, check the temperature as you climb back in slowly, and let your body adjust. Link easy habits with additional ones, like drinking your water before coffee, or taking a 5-minute walk every time you close your laptop for the day. And if you're like me and you're on the computer for the school shift after the work shift, set a hard time to shut down the computer for the night and honor that. Maybe you could pair brushing your teeth with a 1-minute stretch. It's not about building new routines from scratch. You're upgrading the existing ones and pairing them together. Step 5 is set minimums, not perfection. Minimums protect you from all or nothing thinking. Coach Val always says, under-promise and over-deliver. So an example of that would be setting a minimum for a 5-minute walk, and then maybe you take a 15-minute walk. That's your bonus. That's your over-deliver. Your minimum may be 1 healthy meal a day. So maybe you're able to do 3 healthy meals a day and a healthy snack. That's under-promising and over-delivering. Both approaches count, and both move you forward. Step 6. Do a 7-day re-entry check-in. Each night, I want you to take a minute and think about, did I hit at least one of my big 3 today? What helped me and what got in the way? And how is my body feeling? Is it still wired? Is it tired? Or is it kind of settling in? This keeps you in curiosity mode, not criticism, for taking a minute to get back into your normal routine or the upgraded one that you're pursuing. Step 7. After your body has a minute to recover, then add performance goals. Once the basics feel like automatic, then you want to add the structured workouts and the meal planning and the time blocking and the boundaries. You're building on solid ground then. Because Nobody really liked to talk about that part, that quiet after everything settles, when life calms down and you don't calm down right away. You've finally gotten yourself to a point where you're there. Let me say this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you when you need a little time after that storm ends. Your body's not failing you. Your mind is not failing you. It's recalibrating. Storms take a lot out of us. And you don't need to make up for lost time. You don't need to punish yourself. The calm that you need is not a moment for overcorrecting. It's the moment for rebuilding. So take one gentle step at a time and keep reminding yourself, I wasn't failing, I was surviving, and now I'm resuming. Regulate yourself before you start rebuilding and show your body it's safe again. Use those 3 big basics. Just enough consistency to create some traction. Because progress doesn't come from going harder. It comes from going steadier. And your health journey isn't a straight line. It's going to be twists and turns. And that's part of being human. You can always come back to yourself. Gently, intentionally, without shame. And the calm after the storm isn't weakness, and it isn't a time to go hard and fast. It's about wisdom and reestablishment and rebuilding your shaky foundation. Until next time, go slow coming back from that storm. Onward and upward, my friends.